Good afternoon, my dear students. How are you all? Hope you all are understanding the lessons. Welcome back to today's Social Studies online class.
Let us start our today's chapter, the election process in India. So children, you all know that our country India is a democratic country. Yes, democratic country. And what is democracy? What is democracy, children? Democracy is nothing but it is to the people, for the people and by the people. So, we elect the leaders. Those leaders have to work for us. Understand, if we don't like the particular any leaders, we all have the right to remove them from the leadership. Okay, children. So, ours is a democratic country. First of all, why are elections necessary in democracy? Children, first of all, we should think that why are elections necessary in democracy? So, children, we need elections so that people will get the chance to choose their leaders. Understand? We can choose our leaders through the process called elections. In today's lesson, we are going to learn how these elections are conducted. Okay, and who will take the responsibility of conducting elections in India. Okay, and also we will be learning what was the role of election commission. Election commission. Okay, children. Election system in India. India is the largest democratic country in the world. Children, you all know that India stands in second place in the population. Ours is a largest populated country, second largest populated country in the world, and also the largest democratic country in the world. Okay, so we are keeping up the democratic values through the process of elections. And children, it is very difficult for us to conduct elections, to know the opinion of the people. That's why we conduct elections. Do you know, children, who conducts the elections in our country? It is the Election Commission. The Election Commission of India conducts elections in our country. Okay, children. It frames a code of conduct. The Election Commission frames a code of conduct to the political parties. What is this code of conduct, children? What is this code of conduct? What is meant by code of conduct? That means the Election Commission prepares some rules. Those are known as code of conduct. It prepares some rules, it frames some rules which has to be followed by all the political parties. Also, it declares the results. After conduction of elections, the Election Commission declares the results of the election and submit to the central or state governments. Okay, children, we have elections at the state level and at the central level. Yes, Nama? So, this Election Commission conducts elections throughout the country and it declares the results and submits to the state government and the central governments. Understanding, children? By this, it becomes very easy to form the government. Okay, so that winning party, according to the result given by the Election Commission, the state governments will be formed. It will be very easy which political party had won in the election. so that which party had the powers to form the government, all that can be known through the result given by this election commission. Like that only the state government and central government will be formed. Okay children. So this question will be asked under 1 mark. What is an election commission? What is an election commission? The election commission frames a code of conduct to all the political parties. Yes, its main aim is to conduct elections throughout the country. It also declares the results and submits to the state and central governments. Okay children, that is what you need to write when you are asked in the exam about what is an election commission. We will know more about the Election Commission of India. The Election Commission of India came into existence on 25th January 1950. Okay children, and it is an autonomous constitutional body. What is this autonomous constitutional body means? It will take independent decisions. The Election Commission will take independent decisions. Okay, it is not subordinate to any of the state government or the central government. Understanding children? It is an autonomous body, autonomous constitutional body. That means it is independent. It works independently. It also prepares electoral rolls. What is electoral rolls? What's the meaning of electoral rolls? That means it prepares the voters list. Okay children. It also issues the identity cards. Voters cards will be there for all the adults. Yes, no ma? So it prepares electoral rolls and conducts elections to Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, state legislative bodies, the president and the vice president. Okay children. For all these categories, the election commission conducts elections. Okay ma? And on the completion of 60 years, I have told you children, on 25th January 1950, this election commission came into existence. After the completion of 60 years, this election commission completed its diamond jubilee, and it announced 25th January 2011 as the first voters day. Okay children, it announced 25th January 2011 as first voters day. This will be asked under 1 mark question children, or in the bits also, and they have asked many times. When was the first voters day celebrated? 25th January 2011. You also must know when did election commission came into existence. Underline these points children in your textbook. Okay. It is very difficult to conduct elections for a large country like India. During the British times, only 14% of population were given the right to vote. At the time, there were 17.32 crores of voters are there. But now, we have 67 crores of voters are there, and to conduct elections for this many people is very difficult task, and this election commission uses 45 lakh staff to conduct elections for these voters. Okay. Now, how many number of voters are there in India? It is above 67 crores. And how much staff is needed to conduct elections for this many voters? 45 lakh staff are needed to conduct elections for this many voters. We have seen that the election commission needs 45 lakh staff. 45 lakh staff. From where did they get this 45 lakh staff? As per the constitution, article 324 part 6. As per the article 324 part 6 of the constitution, the election commission has the right to take all the government employees with the permission of the President of India, and all the state governors. This election commission can take, with the permission of this president and state government, all the state governors, they can take all the government employees. And utilize their services in the process of election. Okay, children. Once again, you listen carefully. As per the Article 324, Part 6 of the Constitution, with the permission of the President and State Governors, the Election Commission can utilize the services of the government employees all over India. Okay, children, do you understand? This question will be asked under 1 mark or 2 marks question. The Chief Election Commissioner. Who can be the Chief Election Commissioner in India? He or she is from Indian Civil Services. Okay, children. That means they should be either ex-IPS or IAS. Like, his or her tenure is 6 years, and they can work until the 6 years of period of time, or until they attain the age of 65 years. Before 1993, there was only one Chief Election Commissioner in India, but from 1993 onwards, there were 3 people together working as Election Commissioner. One is the Chief Election Commissioner, and the other 2 are other Election Commissioners. Okay, children. And this Election Commission got much prominence, got much importance from 1990 to 1996, when T.N. Seshan has assumed the office as Election Commissioner. Okay, children. So, why after this person assumed the office, why this Election Commission got much importance? Why? Because T.N. Seshan tried very much to eradicate corruption from the elections. And also, because of him, there was a nationwide recognition to the powers of the Election Commission. Because of T.N. Seshan, there was a nationwide recognition. People all over the nation came to know what were the powers of the Election Commission. What are the steps T.N. Seshan has taken to eradicate poverty and to make this Election Commission more powerful and all? So, these recommendations of T.N. Seshan will be asked under 2 marks question. Listen carefully, children. 14 days of time limit after campaigning after the date of withdrawal of nominations. So, children, 14 days of time limit for campaigning. Yes, no ma? 14 days of time limit for campaigning after the date of withdrawal of nominations. So, children, generally all the candidates will nominate. That means they will enter their names, that they will be participating in the elections, and some time will be given. If they want to withdraw their nomination, they can withdraw. So, after this withdrawal of nominations, 14 days were given to the political parties for campaigning. Okay, children, 14 days they can campaign. Campaigning means you all know very well. Yes, no ma? They will be coming out with many number of things. They will explain our party will do this, our party will do that, like that. Okay. One candidate should not contest from more than 2 constituencies at a time. What is a constituency? Constituency is nothing but it is a group of voters in a specified area. Group of voters in a specified area. That means one candidate should not contest from 2 areas. Not more than 2 areas. Okay. If any candidate is punished for 2 years, children, candidates will be doing some of the miscreancies. That means if they do any mistake. So if they are against the laws of this election commission, they will be punished. If any candidate is punished for 2 years, he or she is barred from contesting elections for the next 6 years. Okay children? See children, if any candidate, if they got punishment for 2 years, they are not supposed to contest in the election for the next 6 years also. If the contesting candidate expires, see children, if the contesting candidate expires, the election shall be postponed. Okay children, for that particular area, for that particular constituency, the election shall be postponed but not to be abolished. Okay children, do you understand? If the contesting candidate expires, the election shall be postponed but not to be abolished. After completion of campaign time, sale of liquor shall be banned for 48 hours. See children, 14 days of campaigning. After the completion of the campaign time, sale of liquor shall be banned for 48 hours. You also will be knowing children, for 48 hours during the election times, the sale of liquor will be banned after the campaign timing.
The picture you see here is the logo of the Election Commission of
the
India.
Election Commission. According to the Article 324 to 329, Part 15 of the Constitution, in the article from the Article 324 to 329, Part 15 of the Constitution states the formation, powers and functions of the Election Commission. Okay children, how the Election Commission was formed, what are its powers and what are its functions are in the Article 324 to Article 329, Part 15 of the Constitution. Now let us see how these functions are classified into. These functions are classified into administrative function and advisory function and quasi-judicial function. The functions of the Election Commission are divided into the administrative function, the advisory function and the quasi-judicial function. Under these functions, the Election Commission prepares electoral rolls. It prepares the electoral rolls and revises them. Coming to this administrative function, it prepares electoral rolls. Electoral rolls means all the voters list, okay, and revises them within the stipulated time. It also revises them whether these are all in a proper way or not. Okay, these electoral rolls are correct or not, and also it demarcates the constituencies. That means based on the voters, based on the number of voters, it demarcates the constituencies. This is Kottagudem constituency, this is Paleru constituency. Like that, it based on the number of voters, some areas were marked as constituencies. Okay, and also their territorial limit. That means up to from this village to this village comes under one constituency. Okay, and this village to that place it is marked as one constituency. So like that, it demarcates and also limits the territorial limits. Okay. It announces the schedule of election. Under this administrative function, it also announces the schedule of the election, when the elections will be conducted, when it is going to end. Receives nomination. under this administrative function, it also receives nomination. Nomination, I have already told you that whoever wants to be to contest in the election, that member have to apply, nominate. Okay, it accepts the nomination. Scrutinizes. What is the meaning of scrutinizes? That means under administrative function, this election commission accepts the nomination, scrutinizes them in due time. That means whether the candidate is eligible for this or not, it scrutinizes. And also finalizes the polling dates. When will be the polling date? And when will these elections will be conducted? What are the timings? Everything it finalizes. And also it gives the recognition to the political parties. Without the recognition of this election commission, no party will can form their own way, can function in their own way. Okay. See, come on children, once again you see, it prepares administrative function. Under administrative function, it prepares the electoral rolls and also registers the political parties, and also it receives nominations, and it also gives out polling dates, marks the constituencies. Yes, no more. All these functions are done under the administrative function of the election commission. And also it frames and implements the code of conduct. Code of conduct also is framed by under administrative function. It sees that this code of conduct is followed strictly, very strictly, and it appoints enquiry officers, and it also appoints enquiry officers. Understanding children? So for what these enquiry officers? To observe electoral malpractices. Under administrative function, this election commission appoints enquiry officers to observe election malpractices. Anywhere any malpractices are going on. That sometimes we see children during the election time, some money is distributed to the people, liquor is distributed to the people. So to avoid that kind of things, these enquiry officers are appointed by the election commission under administrative function. It advises, the election commission advises the president and the state governors. Under advisory function, advisory means giving the advice, suggestion. Okay, this election commission advises the president and the governors of the state about what? Regarding the disqualification of any candidate, disqualification of the representative to the parliament or legislature, state legislature. Understanding children? If the candidate is not in a proper way, not following according to the rules of the election commission, it advises the president and the state governors to dismiss that particular person. Okay children? And also it acts like a quasi-judicial. Judicial means a judge, the supreme judge. How? By solving the disputes between the parties. The election commission acts like a quasi-judicial by solving the disputes between the parties. All these are the functions of the election commission. So, as per the guidelines of the election commission, all the people who attain 18 years of age on our 1st January in the year of elections, irrespective of their caste, creed, religion, gender, whoever they may be, they are called as voters. Okay children, who are called as voters? See once again, those who attain 18 years of age by 1st January in the election year, irrespective of their caste, whatever caste they may be, whatever gender they may be, so they are regarded as voters if they attain 18 years of age. The right to vote without discrimination is called as a universal adult franchise. What is that? Universal adult franchise. Remember children, this question will be asked under 1 mark. What is universal adult franchise? What you have to write in the exam? The right to vote without discrimination of without discrimination of caste, gender, religion or region, anything else. Without discrimination, giving the right to vote for all the adults, those who attain 18 years of age, that is known as universal adult franchise. This question many times they have asked children, you remember and underline in your textbooks also. And the body of voters is called an electorate. You also remember children, what is an electorate? What is an electorate? It is the body of voters. The body of voters is called an electorate. Okay children, that means in the constituencies there were a number of electorates. Okay children, in that particular region.